Welcome back, episode 18 of the 167 podcast. It's been a while. We've had the week off. We're all refreshed. We're back. Jerome Hughes, or Fonzie, should I say?
Fonz.
Dior Dave, and our special guest this week, the Ballina Seagull, Nicholas Meaney.
The Seagull.
Welcome in, brother.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. Ballina Seagull, Ballina Sharks as well.
That's the rugby union team, I think.
Touch footy?
Might have been. I'm not quite sure. I didn't play touch footy growing up, so strictly Ballina Seagull.
Any other iconic Ballina teams?
Oh, known for their surfing and nippers more so, but sport-wise, no, not really.
Nippers, but like they're bull sharks, aren't they?
Yeah, they just
battle through.
Yeah, battle through.
Did you do nippers up there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, till I was about, I want to say like 14, 15. Now I'm shit scared of the water. Like, can't go in. But back then, like, just didn't care. Feet hanging in the water on the board. Yeah, sweet.
And there's proper bull sharks out there.
Yeah, well, there's a river mouth in Ballina that obviously the fresh water comes down.
Yeah,
the bull sharks love swimming around there. A lot of fish. Because Byron Bay is not far away, and they used to have like the old fishing, like industrial ships and that go through. So there's a lot of sharks used to be in Byron, and then they would just come down to Ballina. A few people have been taken, but not me.
Yeah, literally. That's like,
and they still want to do nippers in that and surf.
Do they have nets or?
No, they got these drum lines now, so it's kind of weird. Like they bait the sharks to come in and grab the bait, and then a signal will go off, and a boat will come out, take them out like 2 k's out to sea, and drop them off out there.
And then I just signal back in.
Yeah,
surely the shark's smart enough to go, okay, I'm not biting that bait again. I'll swim further in and get it.
Yeah. I'll just get a human bait.
Yeah, and they got like drones and stuff as well. Like,
so it's pretty safe now.
Yeah, it is. I haven't heard of an attack for a while, but people have been bitten and a couple of lives.
I won't be going swimming in Ballina anytime soon.
No, I wouldn't either.
I feel like that's the hot spot in Australia. Like that section A. Would you say that'd be like northern New South Wales?
Yeah, far north.
Yeah, far north.
Yep.
Yeah, not for me. But good to have you on, Means.
Yeah.
You didn't want to come on. You said you're too boring and you got nothing to offer. But I think that's the great thing about you. You actually do have plenty to offer. But people don't see it because you don't put much out there. You're very family
to
man.
himself. Yeah. All he says he is. You know what I mean? Like he's always we always try to go for dinners on our edge, and he always says, "Yeah, you know the kids."
Well,
are
I'm the only
sick
one with kids on the edge. And, like, usually boys are just free, but
true.
Try and live a low lifestyle and stay out of the spotlight, but big fan of the podcast.
Oh, there we go. Let's go.
Is it true that you were watching a potty last night when you knew that you were coming on to see? Was it Wishy's episode?
So I put a couple on, because I got the text from Paps, and I was shitting myself. I was like, oh no, like I'm a bit of an introvert. I'm like, I don't know how I'll go on it. So I was like, I need to do some homework, and I put Wishy's on. I put Ellie's on as well. And the little kids are just watching it as well because they love the boys. So just getting a few little tips from them.
See, you'll be sweet. He's legit.
Yeah.
The boys are. Send me a Snapchat. The boys are playing golf in front of the TV.
Yeah. We've always got golf
going.
Swing
out. Yeah. I was going to say something on that. Oh, actually, yeah. Obviously, Hughesey. Going to have a bub soon.
Yeah.
Any advice for the man?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot.
Now. Good advice. I want good advice. I don't want, you're not going to get any sleep. Good luck. I want to hear some advice that I can actually use that's helped you, or something that you probably didn't expect and happened that I can't expect.
There was one thing, I don't know what Mole's going to do with obviously like breastfeeding and bottle formula.
Yeah.
But my wife wanted this bottle making machine for so long, and I was like, I'm not spending, I think it was like $300, $400 for a bottle making machine. I was like, I'm not buying that. I can just make the bottle myself. But as soon as we bought that, like, it just saves so much time. Like, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like half sleep.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is press a button, get the bottle out, give it to the baby.
Oh, so okay. I'm definitely buying that. Actually, Mole sent through is it a bottle cleaner thing? Is that a thing?
We got
the
sterilizers. Is that like?
It looked like a machine. It had bottles in it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I didn't read it. Maybe it was a bottle filler. Maybe I just didn't read it properly.
No, there's shit out there for everything. Yeah. But get whatever you can. Get as much help as you can.
Don't worry. I was even tossing up hiring a maid for the first couple months. Or a babysitter, or just someone to be the dad for the first couple of months, and then I'll chime in when baby sleeps through.
So I'm looking for a guardian.
Nah, Gene up. I'll be hands on.
If you're on Amazon looking for anything, Oh, that's gold. All right, well, we got a tradition on the potty, the primer.
Mm.
Munster usually delivers it, but he's not here. Obviously, you got Origin, but been thinking. I've had this discussion with a few people sometimes, and I feel like it's not spoken about enough because, like, who cares? But I feel like everyone's got an opinion on it. So I'm going to try to deliver this right, but numbers between 1 and 10, okay? You've obviously got your favourite number, but what are your second and third? And then what are your 2 or 3 least favourite in that top 10? I feel like everyone's got it, but we never speak about it, so I'm bringing it to light. I hope that makes
you always
sense.
think about, but you've never probably been asked that question.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of, especially between 1 and 10, I feel like that's a bit hard. Like if you go 1 to 100, that people might have favourites, but I've got mine.
Okay.
And mine's pretty simple. So 8's my favourite because I was born on the 8th of October.
Makes sense.
Pretty south. And then I was a 1 for a long time because I played fullback. I used to just love the 1 and because it was like the first number. I don't know why. And just the look of it, I don't know why. The 1, and then now I've just added 7 into it because I play 7 now. I don't know, and it's just
I see where
I don't know. That's because I hadn't really looked at numbers like that before. You know what I mean? Like, I got a favourite. I had the 8 because I was born on the 8th, and then the other 2 sort of just come from footy.
Yeah, I see that. Does like the footy positions not alter with it? Like if I look at 8 and I see front row, it tells me off it a little bit.
That's my
it has sort of put me in that way, but because it's my birthday, I'm just going
stick fat.
Yeah,
817. So your top 3
817
817 means top 3.
My top 1 is 3 because growing up, Dwayne Wade was like my favorite basketball player. So that number always sticks with me. Favorite number. That's pretty much the only reason why.
Do you play in 3 or 4?
I like that.
I'm 4. Yeah. So 3, and then I like number 1 and number 7. I played a bit of fullback, so that always stands out. And then 7. Just something about it. I like it.
Just like 7.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7.
Maybe you should ask the on the 3. Is that a possibility? Surely.
I don't know. Well, I think.
Well, you probably could if you wanted to.
I think Tony Staggs wears 3, and he plays on the right as well. So I don't really.
Nah, there's no left.
Yeah,
or
sure.
right.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't
think
so.
I always thought it was like odd, even.
So
even.
yeah, so
Nah. I think it's just
whatever
wherever
you
you
want.
want it. Yeah,
That's
it's like 6 and 7. That don't really matter, does it? 6s are not always left and 7's right.
Nah.
Are they?
Nah.
Nah, it can't be. Nah, no one's putting a team together. Numbers
The 7 has to be on the right.
Nah. And like back rolls, like 11 and 12, they wouldn't be 2 and 5.
What's Ellie? Ellie's 12.
12. Bloy's 11.
12. So your edge is 12, 7, 4, and
Usually like 22 or 18. It's always different.
I feel
We never know who's on there.
2.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, 2 usually.
2 and 4.
Yeah, X is 5.
5 and 3. Oh, okay. So, So our halves are the ones who cock it up, really, on the edges. Otherwise, it'd be odds and evens.
It's just put them wherever, I think. I don't think it has any
You
idea.
probably just didn't want to wear number 6.
Nah, Mun
I
wouldn't-
wanna win number
Mun
7.
wouldn't
One
let me.
looks like 7.
Mine wouldn't let me.
You can do it up.
Nah.
Well, mine.
What about you? Yeah.
Okay,
What's
well,
yours?
I put a lot of thought into it. So 6 is my number 1 because it's just like a nice round looking shape. And I like it. And 10th of the 6th, like June.
Yeah. That's
So I like the 6. I just think it's a nice looking, just round number. 1 because obviously I'm in it now, but not the one that's got like the sharp top edge and bottom. Just a straight, like a round one.
1, just straight.
Like an L.
Like an I.
A lowercase L.
Lowercase L.
L.
Well
Yeah,
described.
sorry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
perfect. But as soon as it has like the tip and then the bottom thing on it, it becomes a 7 and 7's
for you.
mid-pack.
That's what you wear, though.
I know, but anyway, I've got 7 mid-pack. So one of the ones like that, 1 drops back.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Then my next one would be 10. Same thing as you, birthday.
Yep.
10th of the 6th.
Yep.
But a little bit off it because like front row. And
Front
like,
rows.
Yeah. Well, that's why I see with
Sticky.
8. When I look at 8, I'm thinking,
8.
but isn't that the fat
To be
front row
fair,
as well?
8's the
Yeah.
putrid number. But just because it was the 8, it's just all like, if I'm playing roulette or something, I always go 8 just for birthday.
Yeah.
Never win, but at least I don't need to look at any other numbers and go, 8.
Yeah.
I usually try to split it with numbers around it because, put on the corner.
Yeah.
So did you just say 8's the fat guy? So who's
Well,
our
I'm pretty sure
8?
it is.
Steph.
Steph or Kingy usually, isn't it?
No, I thought
King
you didn't want to wear number 8 because that's the.
I don't think that's.
Is that
I'm
pretty sure the connotation?
Yeah, we're making up shit now. We can't.
Yeah, where does that come
Yeah, the numbers are just. The
No,
numbers,
I always thought that though when I was a kid. I was like, 8's the fat person,
Yeah.
right?
There you go.
due to
No.
why would you say
The
that?
fat kid wearing
Which-
it. No.
No, whenever you watch on TV, I just feel like the number 8 would just be like the bigger one of the props.
So who would? Shane Webke and Petro. Shane Webke was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could. Yeah, I wouldn't call Webke fat, but
Yeah, but as a kid, you just can't distinguish between muscly and fat. You just call them fat. So that would be, and then I reckon bottom one's like your bottom 2 numbers. Let's discuss that because I feel like out of the 3 of us, one of us will have we'll have one of the same numbers, if that makes sense.
yeah,
I'm going to kick us off.
Yeah.
5. Putrid.
yeah.
Sharp with a bit of round, but like it's just no.
You're going about the straight look.
appearance. Yeah, just going straight
well,
appearance.
aesthetics. Yeah.
Straight look of
Aesthetics
it and
and-
not its personality. That's not very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of 5. 2 was the other number.
2,
Um,
I'm with that.
yeah, 2's. Yeah, I just don't know why.
Do you know why?
2.
I know why it is.
Why?
Because it's the reverse of 5.
That's it. You're so
True.
into the appearance.
Yeah, but there has to be something
If you
there.
hate 5, you got to hate 2 because you just flip it and it looks the same.
There has to be something there.
Yeah,
Has to be.
yeah,
2
Yep.
and 5.
2. Yeah, I'd go that. I reckon.
Means any.
I always go look at 6 because I think that's like the devil's number.
Yeah. That's thinking about it.
666. I was like, no.
Yeah,
Mm.
true.
for
And
me.
then 9 because it's flip
then
it upside down.
Does anyone else see numbers like
Appearance wise,
aesthetic numbers?
Well, I saw a TikTok like a while ago, and it's like a trend going around of like people like showing characters that they like find attractive or like objects that they find attractive, and this person put the number 8 out there, and they're like,
as attractive.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
that's the trend where
attractive.
it's like hear me out, yeah.
yeah, hear me out, yeah,
that
one,
trend.
yeah. And the person put number 8 there
because of the rugby league. Because
That's why I thought you might like it.
Maybe there's a certain amount like certain people who just like aesthetically see numbers for what they are.
for instead
Yeah.
of
Maybe,
yeah,
Build an
that's you.
attachment to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Thought you would have liked 8 then. Oh, you don't like curves, eh?
What about Paps? Like you were saying before with the 1. What about the number 7 when it's got the little dash in the middle as well?
Nah, not good.
Nah.
Don't make numbers look sharp. Make them look round. Unless, hear me out. Unless it's a double digit, make it look sharp.
You're too
Oh.
picky now. You just
So if you're like, if I'm thinking of a jersey and it has 98 on it, I want like sharp, bang, 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 square 8.
So if you were doing like 17, would you do the 1 with the little hat and the base?
Yeah,
Or would you still just do it? Yeah,
Yeah,
you would.
but single numbers, I think they're better round.
Okay.
No.
Does like soccer, does FIFA have like sharp numbers? Is that why you like it, or like?
I think like I look at like NFL and
Yeah.
basketball and just like see. I think NFL's blocked. Some teams are.
they're
Okay.
they're but block.
Yeah, just love me numbers. So thanks to the private
Numbers game.
Very good.
Good primer. Great primer.
now we're all primed up. Let's talk about our week off because we all got to some pretty exciting things, and Mean's very wholesome week for yourself and the family.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we went out to a little town called Skipton out near Ballarat. They got these little tiny homes out on property up there. There was a sheep farm, so we took the boys out there, and it was very cold. I was second guessing it the night before. So I was looking at the maps, the weather, and it was like 1-2 degrees. I'm like, how are we going to survive in this? But luckily, the little house had like what do they call it? Heating blankets and heating and everything. So it was really good. Besides seeing a little sheep pass away, we were like, it was on the second day, and the farmers were like shearing them over to that or pushing them over to the next paddock. And here's one 20 meters behind them, just struggling a little bit. We had the kids with us who were like, oh, it's just a bit tired. And the farmer like picked him up and put him in the back and was like, oh, they just get a bit tired when they do the big walk. And then he put him back in the paddock, and the little one walked 50 meters and then dropped down again. So that was a little bit sad, but no, it was a good stay. Good to get out of like the city, and so quiet out there, so peaceful.
Do they have fires out there as well?
Yeah, had a little fire pit.
Oh yeah, I've seen the boys with the marshmallows.
Yeah. I nearly ruined it, like by stacking the firewood. I did it wrong and it fell over. So I don't think we're going to get it started, but I managed to. And then, the boys did the marshmallows and that. And
good.
How old are the boys now?
Rain turns 4 this year and Rome turns 2 next month. So
Okay. They get along? They have some battles throughout the house? Or?
Oh, battles. It's mainly just playing footy together. Like Rain's 4 and can tackle and run around, and Rome's just like doesn't want a bar of it. So they're not on the same level yet. And then Rome will just crack the shits. But no, they're good. They get along well.
Doozy.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I don't know. Heaps, actually.
Goldie?
Went back to Goldie, yeah. Went to Byron first. Mole wanted a bit of a baby moon, I think she calls it, or something.
What's a baby?
I don't know. There's all sorts of crazy shit.
Honeymoon, baby.
Yeah, all sorts of crazy shit.
They can't travel after they're like 36 or 37 weeks or something like that. Like it's a bit.
We're probably not going to go anywhere else for a while. So she was just keen to go to Byron. Went down there to Elements Resort. It was pretty nice. Stayed there for a couple of days and ate some good food, and then went back to the Goldie, chilled all week, and then had the McFanning Golf Day, charity golf day, and it was weird. It was weird. Like I went up to the sign-in thing, and it was like sign-in and then like celebrity sign-in. It was probably called celebrity, and I was like, nah, I'm not going over there. I went up to the side, and I was like, hey, I'm Jerome, and they're like, oh, you're a celebrity. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't call myself a celebrity, but it was such a good day. Like they put it on, they do it so well. They raise money for the floods. That happened at, was it Northern New South Wales?
Yeah, there's been a couple up there.
Yeah.
I think Taree and that just got hit by heaps. I'm not sure.
So McFanning's doing a great job of raising money for that, just to try rebuild to what happened down there. And there was so many famous people there, bro. I was so starstruck. It was like, I was telling Mole after it, I was like, I've never been so starstruck. I think we were talking about it on the pod. Remember when we first. Or like when we've been starstruck, there was so many famous people, bro. It was so cool. Like Hello Sport lads were there. They were good dudes.
The most famous.
Yeah, the most famous there.
Yeah.
Like surfers, Joel Parkinson. Obviously McFanning, Julian Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Sally Pearson was there. I was actually in a cart behind her, and one of my mates was driving. He was a tag along, and he like bumped her in the back. But she was a good sport. Yeah. And then like Wade Graham was there, Tyrone Peachy was there, Matty Moylan, Carl Stefanovic was there, Matt Corby was there.
Yeah, Wishy played in his group.
Yeah. Wishy was in his group.
Yeah.
Wishy was there, obviously.
Was he in the celebrity line as well?
He was. He was in the celebrity line, and I was just so starstruck and just talking to everyone. It was really cool to talk.
Who was in your
Michael
group?
Hooper. Michael Hooper was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He just come back from Japan. I was having a bit of a chat to him. Matt Huey's lads, Hazard Twins. There was just so many, bro, and it was just so cool to just to chat to those guys and play some golf. Ambrose, we had a 5-ball, so it was good. We ended up coming third. Got a 3-wood each. I gave it to the boys because the boys I played with, they obviously had to pay to be in the event, and I don't need one because I'm Mizuno till I die. So gave them the 3-wood, and it was such a good day. Like every hole had pretty much like a different sponsor, and they had like an event there to do something. Like there was Adidas, a big box Adidas there.
Would have been TaylorMade out there as well.
TaylorMade, Rip Curl, there was Yeti, there was heaps. Like there was this one hole where they stacked like 9 Yetis about 80 meters away, and if you hit it, you get a Yeti esky. I got it. I hit it.
You hit it?
Yeah, just done a little 5-eye bird. I actually,
How far away was it?
about 80 meters.
So you took the drive off.
I had the 5-iron. I had the 5-iron just to put
the
low.
5-iron.
I don't think it hit it, but it looked like it hit it, and they were just like we all just cheered and they paid it. So I was like, yo, gave it to the bro as well, the one that paid for their group to play. So done that, and went to Bonville to play golf. Bonville golf course, Coffs Harbour.
Yeah.
Grouse played dog S, but it was such a good. Played 2 rounds. First day was quite hard because you don't really know what to expect. So that was a bit of a warm up. I think I had like 22 points or something. And then the next day played again, had 30 points. So
Okay.
not that good, but would recommend go play Bonneville.
They say it's like the Australian Augusta.
Yeah.
Is that the feel you got?
That's the feel I got. That's the feel. Although I haven't been to Augusta, but it had that feel to it.
Yeah, when you get to
it
a
was
golf
nice.
course and it's like night, you feel
you feel it
different.
proper. Yeah. And they got you can stay out there, and they got little cabins there. So
Did you see any snakes out there?
nah. I heard there was some
they're
because
bad,
we were looking in the bush for not my ball, one of the bros' balls, but they were like, "Oh, be careful of snakes." We're like, nah, it's all good. So yeah, it was a pretty busy weekend, and it was good to get a bit of a break for all of us. And now we've got, I think, 12 weeks straight. So
Yeah, it is.
Ripping.
Is it 12 weeks?
12 weeks, yep,
Straight.
and then finals, I think.
Yeah.
So it should be good.
A few Thursday night games along the way.
Hopefully, we might get a week off in the finals. Hopefully,
Yeah, maybe. That'd be nice.
yeah. But anyway, you got to see. Have you been in the tanning salon all week, or what have you been up to?
What are the tanning beds called?
The Solarium.
Solarium,
Yeah, got one installed the other day. Nah, I went away.
Hawaii.
Got to Hawaii. Yeah. Yeah.
How was it? How was?
It was actually perfect. Like I couldn't fault anything that happened in the trip. 32 degrees every day. Sun's up at 6 a.m. Everything's open till 10. Like you just, I don't know. It's a false reality over in Hawaii. Like you just
feel fake, does it?
yeah, you just like you feel. I felt so lucky to be over there, and it was like I hired a Jeep and drove around the island.
Yeah, nice.
Had that many acai bowls, and it was just great. Like I had the best time, and but it was long enough over there to ready to come back.
Yeah. So you're like keen to get
Yeah, like I think so. I flew Saturday, so we played Friday.
Yep.
I flew Saturday
night.
Saturday night, it's an overnight flight. But because they're 20 hours behind, I landed Saturday morning.
Their Saturday morning.
Their Saturday morning.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So no jet lag and that.
Did you
when got
sleep?
there?
Did you just sleep?
Well, I had a little cut in my finger. You know, like, do you guys chew your fingers?
No.
So, like, if you chew them too short, sometimes you get like a cut in between it. And it was so sore, like, so just throbbing. So throughout the whole flight, I was just like, thinking about that. Just like
painkillers or anything? Oh, you probably didn't know it was going to hurt that
Yeah, I
much.
just thought I was cutting my finger.
Yeah.
I was
Just
on
like the
plane.
altitude in that. Like
Well,
the
I don't
pressure?
know, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, I probably had like 3 hours of sleep over that night, and I was like, oh.
How
So I
long's the
got
flight?
there. 10?
10 hours. Oh, that's not too bad,
Pretty
eh?
good, eh?
Yeah,
Good.
pretty
I
good.
thought it'd be more.
So I had the cut on my finger. So I didn't sleep much on the plane, but landed. You know, you just get like the holiday buzz, and you sort of don't really.
Yeah. You can just fight through it, eh?
And because I couldn't check in till later, I sort of had to walk around anyway and stay up. But the thing was like driving on the right side of the road again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was wigging me out because it's just not
Not
It doesn't feel, but by the end of the trip, it felt normal.
normal, yeah.
And then I
And then when
noticed
you
when I
come back-
came back to Australia, it wasn't so much driving, but it was like if I was crossing a road, instead of looking, we'd look. Which way would we look first? Right.
We look right.
We look right. I was looking left,
Not coming the other way.
and then like I was like, oh, like I had to get my bearings right with that again.
Yeah.
But no, it was amazing. I'm already planning to go back.
Hmm.
I feel like 6 days was like a perfect amount.
Good time.
Yeah. Perfect amount to do everything. But I might go to a different island next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice tan, ready to go. We're
Very
back.
tanned.
Yeah.
Very
And,
tanned.
glowing.
very refreshed.
Mm.
So
Yeah, same actually. I felt really refreshed, and boys were looking fast today at training. Everyone was speeding around.
I wonder if the coaches are thinking, oh, maybe we should
give more time off. Yeah, that'd be nice.
getting flogged like a dead horse, and then they come back after a trip, and you're fresh to go.
Mm.
All right, that's good. We've like I said, very refreshed, but Munster not here this week for obvious reasons. Origin, comes out tomorrow. Well, this will be Wednesday, so Origin
Yeah.
tonight.
Tonight,
Our money man, Skip. How good?
Very good.
20 games coming up as well.
Has he played that many?
I saw
so.
Bianca's story. 20 games.
20 Origin games.
It's crazy.
That's how much money is that? 20 times
30K a game.
30K
Is it?
game. Yeah,
30K game.
600K.
And I seen an article coming out that he had to pay 100K fine. He don't give a shit.
That's 3 games. And that's 3 Origin games. That's not even his salary that he gets. It's 1.10.
So don't feel sorry for him because he's got it.
What was the fine for?
I didn't actually click in the article. I seen something about like when he had those years with
Oh, he had to pay the thing.
controversies.
Yeah,
and all that sort of
yeah,
stuff.
right.
He had to pay it, and then I think it was like tied to the article about how he can't wear his boots in WA.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Let me read
So
this
did
out.
they can that?
Let me read
'Cause
this out.
I think Puma put Turf from
Yeah,
Rocky.
Rockhampton.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, it would be a biosecurity.
Yeah, here we
Would
go.
it though? Like,
It says,
Or like when we clean our boots when
Yeah,
we go
but
to
it's New Zealand.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
AFL
but, like,
teams
you can't
travel.
take fruit interstate to different states either.
oh, can't you?
All right, here we go.
I think some states. I know South Australia has a weird one because there's this one specific fly that if it gets onto their crops, it'll mess everything up.
Okay.
So it says all items that could potentially carry soil must be thoroughly cleaned and declared to Quarantine WA. Penalties for violating these laws can range from written warnings to infringement notices and prosecution. The maximum penalty for a high-impact organism offence is $100,000 and 12 months imprisonment. While other offences can result in fines between $5,000 and $50,000. Imagine that he's locked up for 12 months. He's done.
Puma's just thrown him under the bus.
Yeah,
Puma's trying to get him locked up.
we've got him an absolute beauty. But
Someone's got an inside job there.
But yes, congratulations, Munster. I thought
Yeah.
we'd call him today because you know how he'd be thinking?
Yeah.
Because he didn't answer last time, he would have thought that's why they lost.
Yeah.
So I was thinking if we called him today, he'd answer. But I hope New South Wales win, so let's not call him.
Yeah. No, well, I think it's the same. It'd be the same time as we called him last time, remember? And he said they were
Team bus.
training, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
We'll leave him alone. We'll let him lock in.
he'll have a lot going through his head. So
Yeah.
Congratulations,
We'll leave him alone.
Mun.
Yeah, congrats, Mun.
Proud of
That's
you, mate.
awesome. Skip.
outstanding effort. Let's talk a bit about Origin. Game 2, Perth. A few changes to each side.
Yeah.
And New South Wales 1-0. So
I still feel like New South Wales has a better team at the moment, but I reckon Queensland's got something up their sleeve, eh? I don't know what it is. Exactly. Could be I know they've named a few people that bit controversy, so they could be doing
I reckon they're doing the late change.
team swap, maybe. They could be
Craig
doing
Bellamy
some
special.
doing the fakies, or I don't know what it is, the way they're going to play or something, but I think they're going to be up for this game. So I'm going up. I'm guessing that New South Wales are favourite. I'm going to upset here.
is that going to be a lock for the week?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Well, you know, we're not going to tip Queensland. So
Yeah, I know. So true. That's a good
Well, it
point.
means, are you going to tip New South Wales for Munster?
of course he is.
Yeah.
100% he is.
He can tip what he wants because, you can't think like mine because then you'll get them all wrong.
Well, isn't that what GA did when he come on here?
He tried to get him wrong, and I think he went all right.
And
Eh?
then he went all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Not sure.
the tipping game at the moment.
Munster didn't put his tips in last week, so
Yeah.
we're going to have to discuss that. When we get to our tip section, we'll dive into that. But it means Origin prediction this week.
Yeah, I'm with Doozy. Like New South Wales, I think they're back 5, like what they did in game 1. I reckon that was like a big difference between the teams, especially when the game got like a bit of fatigue in it. I thought like Toto and Zach Lomax just did like such a good job just getting the team going, and probably the Queensland didn't do that as good. Maybe that's because they've changed some guys around now. Val's in the centres, Hammer's on the wing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
See,
Yeah,
like,
so
I
don't
don't know if that's going to be real. When was the last
No.
time Hammer played? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When was the last time Hammer played wing?
True.
But it could happen. It could be like they can't do any video on them in those positions.
Well, you know what Bill's like. He'll be able to cook something like
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like
can't
he's
doubt what he's going to
I feel like he's cooking something up. So,
Yeah.
but sorry, here.
No, I just think, Big Steph's in as well. Shout out to Steph.
the chef.
It'd be good to see him
Yes.
go. Hopefully he goes really well. But I think the Blues will take it out.
Thoughts, Pappy?
I agree. I think Blues win. I know what you're saying about like there feels like Queensland have something up their sleeve.
Yeah,
I think Dearden's going to do a really good job for him. I think it was their most dangerous last game. But I think with his style of play, he might be able to unlock Munster a little bit more. I think if he's the dominant half and he's up on the ball, then Munster can just do him, and you got Ponga doing him. Could be, but last few games in Perth have been quite high scoring, I feel. And New South Wales have blown him out.
I've seen that, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think I've seen a stat where Queensland has scored like stuff or tries in like the last like 2 series or something, which is crazy when you look at the players they got. So that could be a credit to New South Wales defense as well. But I reckon you just release the shackles and just say, if I was Slats, I would say, boys, just go out and fucking throw it around. Have some
Oh,
fun.
you reckon play some footy?
I reckon. Just because, like, New South Wales, they're too good at that arm wrestle game at the moment. I reckon they're just like Means was saying, their back five's just too strong, and their ruck's just absolutely killing it as well. But I reckon just play like Slatsy. Slatsy just goes, play like me, boys.
Live by the sword.
Go on,
Chip and chase.
yeah.
I've just had a look as well. Tomorrow in Perth, there's 90% chance of rain.
Oh,
Rain. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's today.
even
says-
today though.
It says 20 to 40 mil today, and 5 to 10 tomorrow.
Actually, I was watching the West Coast game versus who did they play? They got pumped, but
Golden? No?
Yeah.
Carlton.
Was that the other day? Yeah.
That was weird as too.
Yeah.
So
But if the rain's in the morning, it might dry up.
yeah, but it'll still
I
be
don't know.
if it's been pissing down like that.
In
today.
saying that, we played wet weather footy against the Titans a few weeks ago, and
Yeah,
there's still a few points in that.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh well, what do we know? See how we go.
Yeah. We'll see how we go.
Yeah,
All right, let's talk about our game then. We play Saturday against
the
the
Rabbitohs.
Bunnies
Yeah,
up
yeah.
in Sydney.
Mm.
So we versed them not long ago.
Yep.
Anzac Day.
Yep.
Pretty different side though this time around.
Yeah, I
right?
feel like poor guys. They've had a few injuries. I think last week they really got hit hard by the injury toll. So we don't know. The teams will be out soon, but
Yeah, teams are out. So Trell's been named to back up. Still no Cody Walker in the halves. So they got Jamie Humphreys and Lewis Dodd.
Okay.
Kolomatangi.
Kolomatangi, number 19. Actually, Cody Walker and Campbell Graham also in the extended bench.
And Kolomatangi.
And Kolomatangi,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so it's sort of one of those ones where who knows who's going to play for them sort of thing. And even us, we don't know who's going to back up for us. So I think it's just, training well during the week with what we got. And then, if the boys do back up, they're experienced enough just to fit in. So we've had a good training today and then a couple more for the week. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Hopefully a nice crowd out this Saturday.
Mm.
We're playing at the core.
Yep.
What's the other one called? Allianz.
Allianz, yeah.
So core. That's our first core game this year.
Is it? Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And
So the only other Sydney games were Dragons, Manly and Sharks.
is that our only a core game this year?
I don't know.
Sure.
Homebush.
I think because last year we only played there once, right? And then the grand final.
We played South there.
Mm.
Is that it?
I think so.
Maybe.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because we're playing Allianz in a few weeks against the Roosters. Yeah, that's only a core game until the grand final. Yeah.
True.
Mm. So there you go. Some experience there.
Mm. I actually don't mind that. I don't really like playing in that field, to be honest.
The core.
Yeah.
So like sometimes it's good and then sometimes it's
Yeah.
like sandy.
And then it's just because it's
Yeah.
so hard to pack out. Like, the atmosphere feels like it's not as good just because it's like,
So
I feel like
big.
round games. Yeah, because it fits like 85, 90.
Yeah.
It's hard to fit that in a round game, so.
Yeah, and it's also like from a fan's perspective, the seats are so flat that it's not that much of a great view. Like Amy Park's got such a good steep curve to it, same as Combank Stadium,
Mm,
but a core, like you feel like you're much further away.
mm.
I wonder why. Is it so they can fit more in, you reckon?
Yeah, it's just to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Like
I
if
think
you
so.
inclined it up, you'd probably only fit 60, 70 in.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I think at the back end they go incline, but I think the first couple rows it's like flat, and then
Yeah.
Because there's a bit.
And also because I think it was designed to be like an oval, or it was designed to have the racetrack around for the Olympics. So the field is, again, a bit further away.
yeah, Olympic Park.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, then let's talk about. Actually, no, let's talk about means first. Let's talk about means before you get into
When are we going to
sticks.
get them hard hitting questions that we've received?
Yeah,
Are we
we're going to do
there
listeners'
is
question
none.
of the
Perhaps
week.
you said there
We're
was-
gonna get into them
there's
now?
none.
Or do you want to go?
we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll go listeners' questions at the end, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you want to get into some now?
Yeah, let's get into some now.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, we can get a bit into the ones about, your past and stuff, because there were a lot of questions asking what the transition was like coming from the Bulldogs to the Storm and what the differences are there, stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it was kind of weird. Like, I was almost starstruck coming down here, to be honest. Like, was when Jesse and Kenny were at the club and Footy was here, and obviously a lot of big names coming from, the Bulldogs. So when I first got down here, I kind of felt a bit, starstruck training with you guys and stuff like that. But obviously everyone that comes down to the club, like they say how welcoming everyone is, and the club's a family club as well. So had the little one, I think Rain was 5 or 6 weeks old when we first moved down here. So like in the trenches proper, and then go on a pre-season. I think I had wrist surgery as well in that pre-season, so I was a bit in and out of training and stuff. So it was definitely a bit of a tough transition. The wife didn't handle it very great, and I didn't either. But I think after months passed, we became more comfortable where we live. We love where we live as well. It's really good for kids. So now I'm loving it. Just probably a bit tough for that first 5-6 months.
I feel like moving down here with a 5-6 week year old.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for anyone, I think.
Yeah. After wrist surgery.
Yeah.
Like meeting a new group. Like I said, like you're a bit of an introvert. So like that's naturally going to be harder anyway.
Yeah,
Did you gravitate towards anyone to start with? Like did you know anyone down here?
No, I don't think I did. I'm trying to think who was here then. I knew Remus from Bulldogs days, but he kind of kept to himself as well a little bit. No one really. Like I remember you'd always come out and talk to me. Hughesey never did. too big for me. But and it was kind of unfortunate because I missed out on the IDQ.
Unfortunate, was it?
Yeah. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, real unfortunate.
But no, like those boys that went on it, I remember GA was on it, Kingy, like Zave, all the new boys to the club, they all went and did it, and they just like become like quite close after that.
Okay.
Like it brought them together, and I kind of missed out on that and probably that, experience with them. So then, get to know everyone kind of was a bit slower. But yeah, now it's all good.
I feel like that's probably, I don't know how long you were out for with the wrist, but when I first come down here, I had back surgery like straight away, and then I was like away from the group, and it feels like it just takes a little bit longer to, I guess, like the boys were sweet, like it had nothing to do with the boys. It was just because I was in rehab the whole time, and then I never really got to connect as well with the other boys as quick as you want to. So it took me like nearly that whole 2017, the first year I moved down, just to connect because I was like out for so long. So the preseason felt like I didn't get to know anyone, and then once I got back from being able to train in that, it was sweet. But yeah, like it's actually quite hard especially when you first come down and you have like a surgery or something and you're in rehab for a long time. You feel like you get a bit disconnected, but once you get back in there, it's sweet.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I missed out on IDQ that year too.
Who was your IDQ group?
I had Pez.
This would have been 20.
This was the next year, 23.
Yeah, preseason of 23.
Yeah. Did I have Joey Chan? I can't remember, honestly. I got the worst memory. I'm trying to put that in the back of the brain.
How did you go on IDQ? Do you remember much of it?
I was pumped for it. Like everyone, you're kind of keen for it to see what it's really like because you hear all the stories and that. And like, I was all right, And like, we got a report back afterwards, and the guy wrote like a grey man. Like he couldn't figure me out. Like I was good at some things, and then just like went missing in other things. And unfortunately, I fell asleep on the night watch as well.
Did they get you for that?
Yeah. I was where they put me, I was like pretty open. So like I had a breeze coming through here, and like, it was so cold. And then I saw the moon come up, and like I was freezing. So I got the sleeping bag out and wrapped it around me. And in 2 seconds I was out on the ground, passed out. And then next minute there's a army dude kicking me on the ground. Wake up. So I was like, oh shit. He's like, how long you been asleep for? I was like, I just fell asleep.
Meanwhile, I've been watching you for a couple of hours.
It's probably weird. He's been waiting.
I was so fresh.
5 hours.
But yeah, the boys had to do some punishments for me falling asleep. But other than that, it was all right.
That's right. As long as you sleep.
Yeah. Good 8 hours.
We're a young fella at home, so
yeah. Well, I thought I'd be like good at it, like staying up with the baby and like not getting good sleep. But
you're not staying.
Is it different to
3
that?
days.
Yeah.
Well, they give you that can of Coke after the march and say like you're feeling good. You're like, I can do this all night, and then it just hits you. So I was no chance of staying awake.
What was their punishment? Well, obviously you didn't have to do anything, but the boys sit and watch you do.
yeah, we pulled over, like, I don't even know where it was, like an old tennis court, and the boys had to like do a dip or like hold onto the net with their hands and like
and the
squat
wire.
down. Yeah, the wire.
yeah.
And then I think it was me, Remus, and maybe Laz. We had to lick Tim Tam. Yeah. And that was actually hard. Like my jaw was starting to look. So yeah, did that, and yeah, sorry boys.
We just had to lick the Tin Tam till all the chocolate.
Yeah, till all the chocolate was gone. Yeah.
How long did it take you?
Oh,
Actually, we should bring it in and try it
try it.
as part of a primer or something.
It would have been a while though, eh?
yeah. I reckon it was like at least like 5 minutes, maybe. Shit. It's kind of hard. Like when you think about it, like it was cold, it was like dry, and then
Yeah, and you just have to lick it. You
Yeah,
can't
it's-
suck on it.
nah. Oh, I don't know. I didn't do that.
But before Dogs, you were in Newcastle, weren't you? I think I remember versing you in 20s, maybe. I reckon.
Yeah.
What happened there? Was it? How long were you with Newcastle for?
I was there for 3 years, and that's when they signed Callum Ponga. And I was like coming through the ranks, played 20s, and then New South Wales Cup, and then they signed him, and I was like, oh, I was playing fullback as well, and it's like I'm not going to get a start here. And I was either going to go. I was pretty closely onto the Tigers actually, but that's when they signed Moses Mbai, and Ivan Clear was the coach there, and so I was pretty close, and they still wanted me in that. But it was like, I think they signed him to play fullback as well. And then the Doggies, they had Will Hopper-Whitey there as well, but they didn't know whether they wanted him to play centre or fullback. And then had a good mate, Jack Cogger, that was going to the Bulldogs as well from the Knights. So, decided to go there. And it was adventurous. It was good. Got a good experience. Played, I think, about 60 games there, but just didn't win a whole lot.
How was that experience? Obviously, you're in a team now who've been quite successful, but like, I guess losing each week and like the team sticking, like, what's the? I don't even know the question to ask because I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it was definitely tough. Like I remember some Monday mornings coming in and just being like, I don't want to train. I don't know if I want to play footy anymore.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I think there was 2 years we won 3 games like that year. And like, how many we played? 24 games. Like you win 3 of them. It makes you question a whole lot. But like the group was really close. Like we were still just like any team. Like you bond and you're great mates and that, but just wasn't translating on the field. And yeah, it's a bit depressing. Not going to lie, but the club's doing really good now. The team that they got there is doing really good. So good on them.
Were you going to ask me something, brother?
No, I thought you were going to ask something. So I was
No.
I usually just used to winning all the time. Yeah,
I was.
No,
I
under
went
20s
through under
period.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we come dead last I'm pretty sure the whole 2 years I played there, Titans 20s.
Yeah, I think my 20s was like, there's 1 year, there's a really good year, and then I was like injuries throughout the next few years. And like what you said, like you don't feel tight to the squad because you're injured, but then you're also losing and you're like, oh, like what's going on? But then like how I saw these teams in like the ones that were beating us, the ones that were in the top 8, I was like, whoa, like look at these teams and you admire their players.
Yeah.
And it's funny like being in the position we are now where we're actually going to right. And it's like, I wonder if teams look to us and like just a perspective shift. So, but yeah, I reckon it's different in NRL because you'd feel, I don't know, like you're at the top level, but you're not winning games. And you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Biggest learning moving to Melbourne?
Biggest learning. Like football wise, you talk, or just anything?
Yeah, whatever.
Um,
Give us both if you want.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably like, obviously I've moved here with kids, so it's probably just like finding balance, really. Obviously it's hard to, go for dinners every night and stuff like that, but just, put in effort to try and do some things like that and then also make sure the home life's happy as well, kids happy. It's still a learning, I think. Never get it right, but it's probably just been the biggest challenge, but learning at the same time.
Was there anyone when you came down to Melbourne footy-wise that helped you develop your footy in particular, or?
Oh, probably just having like Billy and when he was around, like I'd never seen like a footy mind like that before, like so many ideas and just the way he, saw the role as fullback, like like just sort of never got taught that specialist fullback kind of, information, I guess I want to say, but probably him. And then another one last year, transitioned to centre. I thought Jason Riles helped me a lot last year, even though he was a rookie when he was playing. Like he's obviously very smart, and just some of the things he taught me about like just my movements and just being in good positions to try and make the tackle. You know, playing fullback, you don't make many tackles, so I wasn't used to it at the start. But you know, he really helped me just to try and work hard to get in the right spot. And if I miss it, I miss it, but at least I'm there. You know what I mean? So, probably those two.
How was that transition like? Have you played much centre before?
Nah, I played wing for the Dogs a fair bit. But never centre. So, but I played 5'8" as well.
Yeah.
For the club when 22, I think it was. That was a bit different. But Craig rang me in the off season, before last year, and tossed up the idea, and I was a bit like, oh, okay. But like you obviously coming back and fit and healthy, so I'm always open to change and different ideas. And I think like it sort of gives me a bit of energy and new life about football as well. Like I'm never the biggest like footy head, like going through high school and that. I was never just like footy. So I think given a new challenge and a new position kind of gave me a bit of fresh energy. It's definitely tough. Some days I make more tackles than him. I don't know how. But,
get in there, brother.
Yeah.
Because he moves out of the way.
Yeah.
It means
get in there.
But like that's just part of footy and just getting used to the contact and everything like that.
I think like you've done a good job, because I feel like centre's a really tough position to like learn. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's probably one of the hardest positions to actually like with little technical stuff.
You got to make a lot of decisions.
Yeah. I think like a lot of the blocks are either around the 3-ins or like the 2-ins these days, the centers. So I think you've done a real good job at like really learning that stuff, like doing your extras on your movements, like you said with Rousey, and like because there's a lot of different stuff that you got to think about for a center position, especially if you haven't really played it at all. Like you played inside and outside of a center, but when you actually get in that position, it's actually quite hard. So you've done a great job at being able to get there and make my tackles for me, brother.
A couple of sprays as well. That's all right.
He's got a good relationship on that edge. Yeah.
Is it tough as well? Means like you guys said before, this season having different people outside you a lot this year.
Yeah, I don't know. We always get asked like who do we want to play outside us on that wing, but I don't know. I feel like everyone they've got at the squads, brings their strengths, and they're there for a reason. So, for me, like combination wise, I think it's more important with the guys inside me, with Hughesey and Elle, more so than the person on the outside. So for me, like it's been all right. Just sort of sticking to what I need to work on and need to improve, but I feel like the guys that have stepped in, Sua, GA, Kano was in there as well. They've done a good job. So, hopefully Brick's back soon. But, the boys have been doing a good job for sure.
I want to take a strip back because, like, obviously Knights, Bulldogs, Storm. But before that, you were playing A grade for Ballina, and you were a twig. How old were you?
Yeah, I was 16, 17.
A grade?
Yeah, playing up there.
How was that? I feel like that's not going to be a easy competition to be a part of.
Nah, definitely a few stitches. But no, it prepared me, I think, pretty good. Like when I got into the 20 system after that, I felt like I was ahead of those guys because I was just versing men. Now I'm versing like kids my own age. I think it was just more like a mental thing. If anything, like I was getting bashed, I was getting flogged, but at least I was in that environment and that tough country footy, I guess. But it was good. Yeah, it was fun.
I know what you're saying. Like I sort of try to explain it to.
Oh, no way! We had a good run, he reckoned. Is that b-ball?
He's done some DE.
Oh, and he's doing the fingers. What a bad man.
Oh, yeah, and that's actually what a lot of people don't know. Very good golfer, but basketball, you had to make a decision when you're a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, I was kind of like that age. I don't know how old I'm. They're like 14 or something.
Fingers again. What's going on?
Well, do you see the height difference? My mate Matt, like,
was it the same guy?
Same guy, and then the next one was like 2. What's the difference? And then he's got.
Oh, he's taller than you.
Yeah, he's got me. So I don't know if that's like 2-3 years. He grew up.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah, he shot up. But yeah, I love basketball growing up, and I think it was around that stage where I started to play a bit of first grade, and I was like, I was weighing 70 kilos, like dripping wet, like, and I was like, it was good for basketball doing this stuff, but running it, fronties and that, it wasn't.
Is that you?
Great. Yeah, that was me. That was in Byron Bay. Like,
is that a real hoop?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I know. Actually, no. You do got hops, but you look shorter there. So that's where the hops
I
come
don't know
from.
what year that was. That's probably like
But you done it
20.
easy too.
I didn't weigh very much, so that helped.
Easy to get up.
Yeah.
So
But
what
no,
was your sorry, cut you off. Like what was your said you were playing around 16, 17. You had to make that decision.
Yeah.
What was your
it was just I just sort of look at it as a career wise, like what's probably going to be not the easiest, but like the more realistic goal. You know, coming from Australia, white kid trying to get to the NBA, like it's probably not the most ideal, thing. But my granddad, he played football for West Magpies when they were in the comp in Manly, and I always looked up to him and saw him playing NRL, and obviously didn't watch it, but like knowing that he did that, and I kind of wanted to follow in his footsteps as well. My old man played, my brother used to play as well, so it's kind of a family thing, and I'm glad I stuck out with it,
taking the tradition. And the boys have got a keen interest in it as well now as well. Which is that cool to see? Like it's obviously, I guess your dad seeing that as well would be very proud, but like seeing your boys love it and love what you do for work, like must enjoy that too.
Yeah, it's so good. Like we got the Storm calendars at home, and like Rain just names all the boys. Jerome Hughes does all that. Like legit every day he wears his Storm jersey and that. Like he has a fit when we got to wash it and that. So it's really good. The only bad thing is like we have a tough day at training. I got to go home and they want to tackle and play. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, leave me alone. Nah, it's so good. They love it, and maybe one day they might play. I don't know. I'll let them decide. Hopefully golf.
Hopefully golf. You've been pushing pretty hard.
Yeah, the boys got the hand eye.
So we got some questions at the end, so we'll save some here. But let's get our tips in for the week, because I feel like first of all, what are we doing with Munster? Didn't put his tips in last week. We messaged Dave. We got ours in nice and early.
Yeah. And I even sent Munn a text after you both sent them to me.
And he didn't reply.
Wow.
And he replied to the text and said, "Oh yes, my bad, haha," and then didn't reply.
I'm happy to give him a pass because he's so far behind, and he just got named skipper of the Maroons, so I feel like he would have been. I don't know what he would have been doing, but I'm happy to give him
away teams.
Yeah, away teams. Is that how other tipping works, or the roughies?
Well, away teams, maybe we give him the roughies, because away teams is 1, 2, 3 out of 5 he would have got, which is actually the same as both of you got.
So what were the roughies in?
The roughies,
2.
I'll have to check
1 or
that
2, I think.
properly.
Nah, I'm happy to give him the away teams.
Yeah,
if he got
let's
the
go
same
away.
as us,
Yeah.
then
If he wasn't
All right,
captain,
we'll give him
if he
away.
wasn't skip.
yeah, if he didn't get named skipper, then I would have given him 0, but because he got the honour of captain
We'll give
his
him
state.
we'll give him away games, but make sure he doesn't throw us under the bus.
Yeah, and then if he wins by like 1 or 2 at the end of the year, we'll remind him of this.
How far
It's
is he
a long way
behind?
back for him,
Yeah.
so
He's a
I'm-
long way back. We'll find out. What's the standings,
He can
Dave?
catch us, but
How are we sitting?
So currently, after last week's tips, Paps out ahead on 77, then Hughesey on 75, and Munn all the way back on 64.
is that
He's
Woofers
11
away?
behind.
That's with his away.
Yeah, we'll give him that. Give him
Yeah, play
Yeah.
on.
So last week you guys both got Manly wrong. That was a huge upset.
Yeah, I know.
Pumping them, yeah. And Hughesy, you locked the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That probably couldn't have gone any worse.
Timmy Wise, he gave me the tip. Oh, Timmy, wise guy Tim, he messaged me and said, he was the one actually, he messaged and said, oh, I know there's no potty, but don't forget to do your tips. And then you messaged it in the chat and he said, P.S. lock Cowboys. And I locked him
stitching
and
you
I
up there.
sprayed him after it. So
Well, I think the only non-favourite to win was the Titans anyway. So, like, you know what I mean?
wasn't going to get
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Yeah. And then Paps, you locked Souths. That game was close. I didn't
It
actually.
ended up
the
being
rain
close,
delay
I think.
after
Yeah,
the
the old rain delay got him beauty. They nearly come back after that.
Just like the golf, wasn't it?
Huh?
Just
Yeah.
like the golf, same thing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about golf. I think it's one of our big fans. We should be.
Yeah.
Probably will be.
All right.
Let's
This
go.
week,
JJ.
Tips.
Friday. Yep. Oh, we'll stay in Origin
Yeah.
first up.
Yeah.
So you know how this
Yeah.
works, eh?
Yeah, and
you
then the
just
locks.
pick, and then you can pick a lock that's
Is that like a
roughie.
double?
Yeah,
double
double
points?
point.
Yeah.
But it has to be roughie.
Double point.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just ask them
So-
if you need the odd.
Blues are favourites. State of Origin. I think you all know what you're going to tip.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Maroons. and I will not lock it.
Oh, wow.
I'm staying away from it for
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saving, yeah.
All
I'm
right.
saving it. There's more games this week, so
Yeah. I haven't even had a look at this week, so
no,
I
neither.
think it's the best way to do it.
I'm going blind. Yeah.
First game of the round. Only one game on Friday night at Campbelltown. It's Tigers Raiders, and Raiders are favourites.
Tigers, Raiders.
Not really Origin affected this one, I don't think,
No.
apart from maybe Hudson Young. Let me have a
Luai?
Luai, yes.
That'd be tough traveling from Perth to
Yeah, would he back up for
Sydney,
them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Luai's been named, and so is Hudson Young.
Remember what Mun said?
Oh, yeah. It's easier
to
2
back up
days
soon.
than
Oh,
later. But that flight, man.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think we're
I'm
good.
good.
3, 2, 1.
Canberra
Raiders.
Yeah, all three.
All three.
Next game, 3 p.m. Saturday in New Zealand. Warriors Panthers. Warriors favourites. Panthers $4 outside.
Did they name? Apparently, none of their.
Yeah, none of them.
None
have
of
named
their.
any of their players.
Yeah, they're going to be tough.
Not even extended bench.
Who's
Yeah.
this? Oh.
Penrith.
Panthers.
Apparently, they can't actually get a flight from Perth to New Zealand in time for the game. I
right.
read. Yeah. Because is anyone in the Warriors? Oh, Cable? Is he playing? Is he named?
Yeah.
Kegwell is not named, no.
Yeah, maybe no one can play that game.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty tough.
Yeah. It'd be like a 6-7 hour flight, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but like it's 2 days up, 3 days after.
Yeah.
There must only be one flight out. Yeah, I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Waz.
All on the Waz. Next game, 5:30 p.m. Saturday. This game's in Perth as well. Dolphins Knights, and Dolphins are favourites.
What? Perth game.
Yeah.
Take us to Perth.
And yeah, Hammer's been named. Ponga's been named. Don't know if there's anyone else. Oh, Bradman Best's back as well.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Knights
Yeah.
have been pretty close the last few weeks. Hey? Like,
Mm.
did they win the week before this one, and then they sort of
They were real. That game
Yeah.
against the Roosters.
Yeah.
was
They probably should have won, and they had a few people out like that.
try or no try?
Was it Fletcher Sharp that didn't?
No
play?
try.
No try.
Nah, I don't reckon.
Nah, that's.
I reckon if he didn't go with his hands first and just planned with his
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
I reckon
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it dropped, and
Yeah.
then, but it didn't come away from it. I guess like there was no separation.
yeah.
But
Oh, who's dog? Can I pet that dog?
This is Ruby. She's the office dog here in Sydney, and she was just banging on the glass, waiting to come in.
yeah, Roots,
Ruby. It's not Ruby.
Who's the favourite in that one?
Dolphins.
Dolphins are favourites.
Mm.
Okay.
Special. So yeah, have you seen Dolphins' 3 highest scores ever have been in the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, they've been putting on.
We were
clinics,
nearly one
eh?
of them as well.
Yeah, we would have been
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
And yeah, Bostock getting 4 last week, and then he bombed a 5th. I don't know if you saw that one.
No.
He was like 5 meters out, got a pass with no one in front of him.
Dropped
and
it.
He dropped it. Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
good. All right, let's go. We got this, I reckon.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Dolphins.
Newcastle.
Oh, huge. That could be a turning point.
Should I
for
lock
one.
it? Should I lock that?
You
Lock
can.
it if you want. If you're confident, brother.
They've versed each other over there previously, haven't they? I swear they played
I don't know.
a couple of years ago over there. Knights, and Ponga killed it.
Means, are you going to lock? Or are you just waiting for this data first?
I'll lock it.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I like it.
He's locked the Knights.
Nice. Well, Dolphins have only beaten the Knights once in their history.
Okay.
What?
So not a bad bet.
Mm.
All right. Saturday, 7:30, Accor Stadium, Bunnies Storm. Storm are favourites.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you ever bet against us?
One
Munster
did. Parramatta.
Round 1.
Yeah.
Idiot.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Storms.
What?
The Stormers.
Sunday. Yep. Sunday, 3 games on Sunday. How good? First game in Brisbane, Broncos Sharks, and Broncos are favourites. Yeah, Carrigan named. Who else is? Jesse Arthur's named.
No one
Who
plays
else did-
Sharks, eh? Payne?
Payne named. Yep, Payne named.
Toughie. It's a good lock contender.
Mm.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Broncos.
Lock.
Ooh.
We'll lock them in.
Yeah, I think
Sharks have been really hard to pick this year.
They have.
I think it's going to be a close game. But I reckon Bronx will just
They'll be up for it.
Yeah. All right. 4 p.m. in Sydney. Roosters, Cowboys, and Roosters are favourites.
Roosters, Cowboys.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Cowboys lock. I'm going the back-to-back lock. I reckon they
got to bounce back.
Yeah, I reckon they didn't play too well last week, but they were missing a few players, and hopefully they all back up.
They get pumped earlier in the season. They had a rough start to the season, didn't they? Oh, no.
I think so, yeah.
It was just last year.
It might have been last year.
Yeah, but yeah, all their Origin guys are named.
Yeah.
As far as I can see.
Nanai, Dearden, Robson.
That's a lot of travel away.
Yeah.
Cotter.
Townsville.
Yeah.
Sydney? Is it in Sydney?
Yeah,
Was that
in
game?
Sydney.
Oh,
That's a lot of travel.
okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Means has gone Roosters.
I went Roosters.
Yeah. Me and Doozy Cows.
And a slot.
And then last game of the round, Eels Titans at Combank, and Titans are favorites. Interesting. This is I think bottom of the table clash at the moment.
Maybe I should have locked the Eels. Oh no, both their halves are out.
Yeah, so Eels have got Dean Hawkins and Joash Papali in the halves.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Lomax named to back up. Brimson a fullback.
I didn't see their game last week, the Titans, but they beat Manly, which is
Get Manly 6 points. Or
pretty
something.
decent. So. And that's at Combank, did you say?
At Combank,
Right.
yep.
Sweet.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Parramatta. What's the matter, Parramatta?
All right.
Rosie, you get them going.
Nice, that's it.
There we go.
And yeah, Manly, Bulldogs, Dragons on bye.
Beauty.
Manly Bulldogs Dragons. Okay.
Oh, I guess we're ready for our better be a big fan of the
Big
week
fan.
moment.
Let's go.
Obviously, no recordings this week, but Dave's got a few lookalikes.
Yeah,
do you want to lead us off with that? Or you want to lead us off with our big fans?
I reckon you guys go. We'll get to the lookalikes after.
All right. Big fan of the week, Nicholas Meaney. What have you got for us?
I was telling you before the podcast, I've been into my toasted sandwiches lately. And there's this one joint in Moorabbin here, Melbourne. It's called Toasted Truck and Deli. Oh, really, really good.
Okay.
Really
Go
good.
to
They-
toasty that you get, or you
on this
Your
menu, they
favourite?
had this special one. It was like it sounds weird, like a spaghetti on toast.
Oh, yeah, like
But
the
it's like-
Jaffles, the thing.
Bro, I used to have spaghetti toasties at
yeah,
home.
yeah.
I went and bought
Obviously, this one's going to be better, but
a Jaffle maker just so I could make those.
they're the toasty things.
Yeah, but like the ones that like cut into the triangles.
Yeah, the triangles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like that, or is it just like a straight out toasty?
Nah, straight out toasty
Okay.
and like slow cooked like beef and that. Oh, mate, really.
Oh,
really
I actually want that now.
I'm gonna
Like
send you a
one of
photo
those
now. I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be my post in a snack.
Spaghetti?
Yeah, spaghetti.
Yeah.
Because you can go like beans, but it's not the same as the spaghetti.
Yeah,
I
no,
reckon.
not big. Do you put cheese in it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Cheese, heaps of pepper, heaps of butter on top.
You have that
Oh,
for dinner?
nah, or maybe some veggies. No, there's no
broccoli on
protein
the
in
side.
those. Is there?
Yeah, I know, but like,
Just get like
I just
go
want
get a
to
milk
eat
from the
it.
shops. Or something.
I just want to eat it so bad now that I forgot about those, bro. I'm going to have to buy me a Jaffle maker
Jaffle
anyway.
maker. Yeah,
Nah, I'm not doing that.
honestly worth it. It's so worth it.
So good.
Oh, so what
thanks,
were they
man.
called
You
again?
put it in our
Yeah,
mind.
now we're starving.
Yeah, no. Toasted truck and deli
In Moorabbin.
Moorabbin.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're very busy, so you might have to pre-order. Yeah, but really
Real
good.
busy.
I'm looking at the menu now. They all look unbelievable.
Yeah.
Love that.
Mm.
Very good. Like it means.
Good.
Dudes.
I had a couple. I had obviously Munn, like a big fan of, obviously the biggest fan, Munster, captain in Queensland for the first time, and I felt like, for him for the first time, I felt like the way he spoke about it, he's really, I guess he seemed a bit emotional and real privileged to be able to captain his state. So big fan of that. Also was a big fan of Super Rugby try saver from Damien McKenzie. D-Mac himself. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but They were playing the Brumbies in a semi-final, and Tom Wright. Remember Tom Wright?
Yeah.
He used to play for Manly. Yeah, he's killing it over in rugby union, and pretty much made a break off the kickoff, and he was in for all money. But if you see the clip, D-Mac tackles him and then just gets his left hand directly under the ball, bro, and just slides. Try for all money and then just slides
with it
and holds him up, and then he ends up going touching goal. So
no way.
yeah, I was a big fan of that. Just never giving up mentality and being able to skillfully being able to do it. He was tackling him from behind and just to get a hand under the ball was pretty special. So
shout out D-Mac.
Shout out D-Mac and
big fan.
and Big Hermie.
My big fan. There's actually, when I was in Hawaii, there's a couple of people that come up and said big fan.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I swear. So obviously Aussies, but
Bullshit.
over there on
That's
honeymoons and whatnot.
Yeah.
So forget your name, sorry, but you know what I'm talking about because there's only a couple of you. So big fan of that. Had a couple, there's so many good things that happen while we're gone. Let me rattle through them. Special mentions. I don't know how to say, it's Bonsai Bowl in Hawaii for acai bowls. Unbelievable.
Grouse.
Best I'd had over there. Thought I'd give that a mention. Carlos Alcaraz and Coco Gauff winning the
What's it called?
French Open.
French Open.
Oh, the French Open. Yeah.
French Open. But they were both. So Alcaraz was 2 sets down, come back and won 3-2. And Coco Gauff was 1 set down, come back and won.
What's it called? It's not called
Roland Garros.
Roland Garros.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Roland Garros. So special mention. Belzer signing 600 games he'll bring up this year.
Wow.
Crazy.
And another one is a book, but I'll save that. I'm going to save the book for next week.
Yeah.
But JJ Spawn.
Yeah.
Jerome Hughes.
I was going to say it. I was like, is that one of his special
Is that the
mentions or
lookalike?
not?
I feel like it's going to feature somewhere, but just the whole US Open. I thought that was one of the best golfing events I've ever watched, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just seeing how imperfect they were in that final round. And
When you look in the scores and they were all over, you're just like, bro, this must have been a tough course plus tough conditions. And did you see that controversial call on?
yes, Sam Burns.
Yes.
The water.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Thoughts?
You had a good take on it.
Yeah,
Cool.
so the rule is it's in your stance. If the water's in your stance, right?
Yeah.
So the first rules official come over and said, there's no water in your stance.
Yeah.
Then you could see him doing his practice swings and you could see the water flick up.
Yeah.
So he asked for a second guy to come in and he took his stance again. The guy's like, mate, there's no water in your stance.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So it's not where you swing, it's where your feet are standing.
The ball can be obviously the ball was in a puddle.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a puddle. You couldn't see water around the ball. It was only if you'd pressed near it, you'd see it.
Yeah.
But it's the ruling's based off your feet.
Yeah. So if you step and water,
if it's
flicks
visibly on the where you're standing, you get relief. But even the ball, that's where I thought it was a bit stiff because if you stepped near the ball, which that video was,
and it was
you could see that it was engulfed in water, but it wasn't
deep.
You could only see it when you put the pressure on.
Yeah.
Whereas if there was a visible puddle, and the ball was in it, you get relief.
Then you get relief.
But there wasn't.
Yeah.
And then his stance, because it was he was a bit on the
high
incline.
Yeah. There was
Harsh.
So it was
but
fair
by the rule book.
by the rule book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's tough.
And being a golfer, what's harder, standing weird or your ball being in
in water.
shit position?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I felt sorry for him, but at the same time, they're all contending with it. Don't hit it there in the first place.
Yeah.
Should have done the fairway, brother.
It was fairway, but hit the middle of the fairway. But Sam Burns. Yeah, feel sorry for mate, but JJ Spawn
and the putt to win it.
Yeah.
Oh,
how about that?
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
We're all taking 3 putts from that distance.
Yeah. I'm 2, but I don't know about you guys. He got the line in that.
He got the
from
read from
bro in
Hovland.
front. Yeah, but it's still a hard putt to make, bro.
In the circumstance.
And then I was like, I hope he gets it close, and he just sinks on himself.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then I don't know, once again, I don't have a family or kids or anything, but then seeing him with his family after,
it was Father's Day.
Yeah, that's right.
How good's that?
That's crazy.
The kids and the wife.
I did see someone as well. He was in hospital with his little girl that morning at 3 a.m. or something.
What?
I think she was crook or something, and so
Oh,
Yeah, pretty wild.
Shout out, man. That's
yeah,
awesome.
shout out. And even more impressive, 5 bogeys in a row to start the day.
Yeah.
Like we hit 1 bogey on the golf course and lost our
GG's, yeah.
He's hit 5 in a row, pretty much
Mm.
like lost all hope, and then
Just stayed
come
in
back
it.
from the depths. So shout out JJ, you're my better be a big fan of the week.
Mm.
We're getting to the lookalikes now, but it is Origin night, so make sure you get the middies. Make sure you get all over the better beer middies.
Better beer mids.
Mid-strength beer,
Mid-strength.
middle of the week.
Can still go to work the next day.
Yeah.
If you got Thursday off though, go for the full strengths.
Can probably have a 6-pack.
Yep. From soon as you get home, I reckon.
Yeah.
Watch the Feel Good pump up.
Does he still do that?
Nah, I don't know, but he needs to because that's always
cracker.
that's always
So
a good
good.
time.
Yes.
They also got some great golf merch and golf little accessories if you want to get that. And perhaps you know the code if they want 15% off merch.
I'm going to guess it's 167 podcast, Dave. Is that correct?
You'd be absolutely right.
You
Plug
beauty.
that into the website. Get some good golf gear. Get some good merch.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's get into these lookalikes. So yeah, there was a fair few. So yeah.
So what do we got here? We got little voice memos or they're actual photos? Are you going to put up some photos?
Nah, voice memos. I can get up photos, but I feel like you guys will know this. I'll put
Yeah.
up photos in the YouTube
Yeah.
so people can compare.
Yeah.
But I feel like you guys will know.
Yeah.
You'll know who they're talking about.
Okay, let's go.
This is probably really mean, but my best lookalike is Alec McDonald and Lord Farquaad. Like, just that chin, you know?
Just that chin.
Just
Oh my god.
That's a good one. Oh, actually, I reckon there's other characters that they could have picked, but whenever someone says Lord Farquaad, I just think about the haircut. Like the haircut gets me the most. It's got that straight little like fringe bowl cut sort of thing. So
Does he have black hair?
yeah, he's got
Yeah.
he's got black.
Alex got blonde hair.
Yeah,
Sad
they're just going straight off.
They go on the chin. They go
Straight
straight
yeah,
to chin.
straight chin.
Poor bugger. We love chin.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys. So my NRL lookalike is, I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He's a Storm player. His name is Jack Howarth. And he looks exactly like another guy in the NRL, Grant Anderson. You guys may know them, but they look exactly the same. Google them. Goodbye.
Oh, we know them quite well.
Wait, what's going on there? That sounds a bit dodgy.
You're going to someone's...
I reckon that's someone's mum or something. I reckon because she reckons you might know them, and she's sending it into a podcast with us.
Well,
I think that was the joke.
well, yeah, we agree. That's it's a
Yeah.
running joke.
Yeah. Well, we just said it.
Yeah. Well, there was some controversy before we started the pod. I actually, look, I don't want to be mean to anyone. I think Means is lucky to avoid being, in there with those other two guys.
What?
Nah.
Why? Is it because my hair's longer now?
Nah,
Or what, the
I
mo?
think they look like each other because of their haircuts more so than anything else.
You on that Goldie trip when I hadn't put my hair forward like him?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was. You
yeah.
did look the same. And you room together as well.
We do room together.
I got a very funny
Good room,
screenshot of you doing your video.
Oh.
We'll put it up.
Nah.
We'll put it up on the YouTube.
All right. Next
Another common one, sorry before you go, Dave.
one.
I'm going to throw him under the bus, but Josh King. And have you seen Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Well, isn't she like a
Gun
she's
shot
skater?
putter. No, gun shot
Oh,
putter.
yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair though, like you might as well just say Brock Lesnar because they sort of the daughter and the Brock Lesnar look the same, don't they?
Yeah. I guess so. But
Maya Lesnar.
My Lesnar.
Yeah, I could see it.
yeah,
I can
he
see it.
gets that a little
I'll
bit.
put that one up in the YouTube.
All right, what do we got?
Yeah.
There's another one.
All right. Next one.
Tyron Wishart and Brad Pitt.
That's has to be
That's
wishy.
gotta be wishy. Can you play that again?
Tyron Wishart and Brad Pitt.
Sounds like Rob Dell.
Yes, it does a little bit actually.
Sounds like Rob Dell.
Can we get a name to that, please?
Yeah. I just got to find the email. I will
What?
find that one.
One of Wishy's good mates.
Yeah, it's gotta be one of his
Yeah,
mates.
it's got to be.
Actually, that's another one we get. Wishy and Isaac Heaney.
Yeah.
That's probably one
Yeah, I
of
see
the
it.
best, I reckon.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hope all is well, boys. For your lookalikes, I have Jerome Hughes and a pair.
It's back. The pear
That's got to be Brad. Brad Burton. It's got to be.
Oh, the pear head.
I thought he said
Yeah,
it.
it is Brad Bird.
Is it? Yeah, I thought so. I
Yeah.
thought he said he had a few.
He may have been the wishy one as well.
Oh.
Oh, he's.
Was
Blind.
he up in the golf?
Nah, we used to call me Pearhead back in the 4-point days. Yeah.
Could say
So
it's
we know
carrying
who's
on.
not winning it then.
But no, obviously I don't look like that.
All right, 2 more.
Hey lads, for your lookalikes, I reckon the old Melbourne Storm lock Dal Finucane looks like the human version of Shrek.
Oh shit!
Oh, nah. You know how Shrek turns back into a human?
Yeah, he's like good
Oh,
looking.
yeah, I've seen it.
So I was thinking Shrek, but in human form, like an ogre.
Yeah.
Nah, I get it
Yeah,
now.
Shrek as a human.
Yeah, okay, that's not too bad then. I was gonna say.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Does it look? Oh, he's still not the best looking fella, is he? But
Yeah,
he
but I know
does
what he's
look like
saying.
Dali.
I know what he's saying though.
Yeah, I like that one. I like
that's-
that one.
It's good outside the box.
Mm-hmm. All right, one more, and this is a triple.
Oh, trio.
Hey boys, big fan of the pod. Go the Mighty Stormers. I've got a few lookalikes to present. Firstly, Pat, I'm sorry, Chris Griffin from Family Guy, especially if you're on Munster's diet from last season. Speaking of Munster, you kind of remind me of Alan DeGeneres, especially with that white hair. That was not a good look. And Jerome, I'm sorry, Minecraft Steve. It's literally just because your head's quite large and square. But you're all good. Go the Storm.
Wow.
I already know what this guy looks like, I
Minecraft.
reckon. I'm just thinking about it in my head.
Is that Jack Black's character? No. Oh, that's
That's Steph.
Oh, well,
That's
yeah,
good.
definitely not the last one then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say Mun looked like
Ellen
Ellen
DeGeneres. I said I look like Chris Griffin.
that's the dad, eh?
No, isn't that the kid?
No,
he's
it's
a
the
kid.
brother because he's got like long blonde hair as well.
The brother.
Have you seen the guy that voices Chris Griffin?
Yeah.
He
looks
kind of
like-
he might look like you a little bit. Have a look.
Let me get it up.
Probably not much because he doesn't have a
Oh,
mullet.
it's Seth Green. Yeah. Well, he's kind of depends what photo.
Yeah.
Seth Green.
He's got red hair, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I don't see it, but
You never
Yeah,
see
look.
you never see it when it's yourself, eh? I feel like it. Nah,
Yeah,
I don't
you'll
look
see
like
the video up on
Steve.
YouTube,
Yeah.
especially there was a pod episode earlier in the season, perhaps, where you were wearing a blue shirt, just like Chris Griffin does, and I could kind of see it.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's not getting my votes.
Yeah.
Ooh, when they go.
All right. We ready to vote?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
GA and Jack Howarth.
Dale Finucane.
I was going to go the Dale Finucane. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Dale wins it. Well done.
Dale wins it. All right. We'll be in touch. That'll be your Better Beer case and merch pack.
There you go.
Make sure you grab your middies, and 167 podcast is the code for discounts. Make sure you grab some golf gear heading into winter. I'm sure we'll have some warm stuff as well. All right, mindful of time, but listeners' question of the week, obviously our special guest means. So we'll get to a few of those.
Yeah, we got a few. This one is actually from me. I thought I might as well just chuck it in here. It says here, is it true that... It says here, is it true that you named your son Rome after Jerome Hughes? And in a similar vein, do you think Jerome should name his baby Nick?
Or Ick, because it's not the
Yeah, Nicholas? Are you Nicholas?
I am Nicholas. Yeah.
That's your
legally,
name, Nicholas.
yeah. But that's too long
Yeah.
to say Nick.
Liss.
Yeah. Nah, sorry, bro. We didn't name it after you. Actually, I had a conversation with Nas. We're on the bus in Sydney, obviously before Rome was born. I was talking to him and I was like, I can't think of another, like a boy's name. And one of his mates just got a dog and they named it Rome. And he was like, what about Rome? And I thought, oh,
It just
yeah,
stuck with
that's
you.
pretty good. And then so I texted Shania and she was like, oh my God, I was just talking to some girls and they suggested that as well.
Oh, no
And
way.
I'm like, oh, we'll just go with that then.
Yeah,
So-
but maybe the dog was named after me, and the girls were talking about Jerome. So it might have just
Could have been.
So it wasn't after me, but like from the connection.
interesting. Do you got names picked out?
No, we got a few, but not really.
You're not going to be
Sort
making
of.
the final call. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I got no say in it. I always
JJ Small.
honestly I put in some crazy. I remember like
Jesse Bromwich. Oh, you seen that video?
No.
Yeah, that was going to be my big
we'll use it
fan.
next time. I was tossing like Hulk and Goku and stuff. I was tossing out some crazy shit. So that's why she's barred me from helping with the names. It's gonna be Nicholas now or Liss.
Yeah.
Nice, Dave.
All right. Another one that a lot of people were asking. This is, I guess, for both you, Means, and Paps. How do the conversations go between you two or the coaches as well, and deciding who's going to be the goal kicker? Like, do the coaches decide, or is it between you guys? Is there a game of horse that decides it, or how did that happen?
Perhaps just took it.
Well, it's funny. That's probably. I thought it was interesting how it turned out. Like, you obviously injured. You got injured, and we needed a kicker.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll start kicking again. And I didn't kick because my knee, and I was always just wanting to like get back to training, and it always sort of hurt a little bit. And this is the first time I was actually able to kick again. So I thought, I'll do it. Means is injured, and I started kicking it right. And then like those thoughts come back. I was like, fuck, how, like, it's going to be awkward. How are we going to bring this up? That like, because you were kicking well too at the time. And I remember just thinking like, what's the fairest way, or like, what's a way we could do it? Didn't really say anything for a while. There's actually Means who came up to me. He's like, oh, like, I'm happy with you. Just keep kicking. Like, you're doing a good job. And if you feel like you're suddenly not, then I'm happy to take over again. I was like, I thought that was really good for Means to do, because I was tossing up like, do we just play horse each week? And whoever kicks the best, like, kicks of the week. But then Means is like, oh, I don't know if that'd be good for like routines and getting the mental side of things. And yeah, so credit to Means. I think the way he approached it, and I think we both love goal kicking, so it's hard to sort of move away from it. But I think at the end of the day, if we're getting 2 points for the team and kicking goals, then that's what we'll just keep measuring it off. So
yeah, that's all I thought about. Like back in the beginning, like I took it off you because you got injured, and so I started doing it. So it's like, now I got injured, and you take over, and you're doing a great job. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. So yeah, that's good. I know, good to have a luxury as well. Like, we've got a few good goal kickers in the team. So yeah.
Yeah, nah, we didn't play horse or anything for it, bro. The boys just got to.
I've actually never seen you.
Yeah,
goal
have you
kick
kicked a
before,
goal?
You'd be terrible.
So Kiwis, just a quick story. Kiwis World Cup, we had no goal. I think Jordy Rapana was our only goal kicker at the time. So they bought, but usually you're gonna have to kick. Oh yeah, sweet. Chook Daryl Halligan was helping us out. One before we started playing, after training, I started practicing. Like the first practice I was doing practicing, boom, tore my quad. And then I was out for like the first couple of games.
No.
And then since then, I've sort of haven't. And to be fair, I haven't really needed to. Like, while I've been here, like we've always had good goal kickers. Smithy was there, and then you guys were here. So yeah, I'll just keep to myself and keep my quad sweet.
I actually forgot to mention this, but there were a few people throwing into the question boxes that Means' lookalike is Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. And
get that a bit.
there's someone else, but I forget.
Well, when I made my debut for the Knights back in 2018, I think it was, the write-up in the newspaper of the Newcastle Herald or whatever it's called was Mitchell Moses lookalike makes debut or something like that. Yeah, and that two photos of us next to each other.
Did you actually look? I don't reckon you look the same, but
I don't know. Maybe back when I was a bit younger.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I see it, Jonas.
Get him in.
Jonas. Yeah, I see Jonas.
Yep. All right. Nathan22 asks, apart from the Storm players, who's your favorite player that you've played alongside?
Ooh. I'll probably have to say Jack Cogger at the Knights. Played with him in 20s and then New South Wales Cup. Played a couple of games with him. And then he obviously come to the Bulldogs as well. But and you just got someone that you click with on the field and you just their tempo, their speed, and you just find your way together. He was always that guy for me back when I was playing fullback there.
I played a junior origin with Cogs, and it was only one game, but I agree. Just he's so underrated, I reckon. Just hasn't we've seen Penrith in the grand final when he
pretty much he doesn't get talked about. Oh, he does a little bit, but not as much as he should. Yeah, he pretty much come on and he nearly changed the game.
Yeah. He's very
Like Cleary
very
done some good stuff as well, but I don't reckon they win if he doesn't come on.
We went to first receiver, and
Yeah, he was just straightening everything up. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Shout out Cogs.
Yeah.
There was another one that a few people were asking. This might be a tough question, but is there something that you recognized with your own, I guess, development of the Storm about what makes the Storm be able to get the best out of the players that they bring to the club? Or is there a main difference that you found at the Storm versus the other clubs you've been at?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. People always ask you and want the secret formula, for why they turn good players into even better players. But I don't know. It's so hard. It's so many different things. The training we do, I feel is very football related, and it makes you a better footballer. Whereas at other clubs, I remember just running up and down to get fit. Didn't touch a ball for 3 weeks. And it's well, then when I got the ball in my hand, I didn't know what to do with it. Under fatigue. But and then obviously you're playing alongside great players like you two boys. Harry out of 9 and Munn on the other side. I think that goes a long way as well. Playing around good players, and obviously Craig demanding. You do the little things on the field. I've tried to now they're playing centre, doing some tackling and some kick pressures and stuff like that. Just making sure I'm doing all those little things that help the team, not just me.
Good take.
Good answer.
Yeah. All right. This one, we spoke a bit about it before, but do you, who's this guy? Richie Mock asks, what are some of the quirky traits that the different wingers outside of you this season have?
Quirky traits.
Quirky.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sewer doesn't shut up. So is that that's not real quirky. I don't know. Have you noticed anything?
Nah, Sewer's just loud, which is good. It's good. You can hear him bloody on the TV, if you're watching on the telly.
I don't know.
GA's probably just his try celebration, saying whenever he scores, it's his corner. That's a quirky trait, I feel. Who else have you had outside? The brick?
Brick.
What does the brick do?
I don't know. Nothing quirky.
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah, he's pretty muddy. He's good.
I don't know. El just tries to catch everything, even when it's not his ball. He tries to catch it. I'll be that's looks like my ball. Right? He just comes in, big mitch.
Catches it with one hand.
Catches everything. Yeah.
All right. Let's finish it off with this one. Do you have a favorite memory in the NRL? Or your favorite moment?
Favorite moment? Oh, I don't know. People always say your debut and that, but I remember I won the Anzac medal for the Storm a couple of years ago, and I don't know, people probably don't know it. I had COVID leading into that game, and I think it was back when they changed the rule that if you get COVID 4 days before the game or something, you can still play. Mm-hmm. So I was probably still infected, playing.
Flu game.
Yeah. But I remember that one, and I was before that game, I just remember thinking I'd love to win that medal. I just saw it as this really, special thing to win, and your name's on the board in the locker room and stuff. And, I wasn't feeling great that game. I was, still had COVID and that, but, I come out and I think played all right and got the medal. So I just think, winning that, I was just really proud of myself for doing that.
Isn't it crazy sometimes, the best games you play, you'd just wrecked beforehand, you're sick or you're something's going on in your life and you just...
You just come out and kill it, eh?
Yeah.
I remember not doing any video prep before the game, and then it's then you play good. So I don't know.
We'll tell Craig.
Munster 2020 Origin Series.
Exactly.
Yeah, coming off a bender and killed it.
True.
We don't condone that though. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Only a Munster can do that. He's freaky man.
Wide different. All right, that wraps us up, I think. We're all done. Thanks for coming on, Means.
Thank you,
very,
boys.
very good. Natural. Flowed very well. Hopefully, enjoyed coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, bro. I know Shania's probly doing it tough at home. Yeah. You said the boys are sick, so she's probably had it tough. So thanks, Shania, as well.
Good luck to Munster tomorrow. Just Munster, not Queensland.
Go Queensland.
Go to Blue tonight, actually. And good luck to us. See you after Saturday. So hopefully see some big fans out there. Dave, you coming?
I'll be there, yeah.
Nice.
See you out there. We'll see everyone next week for episode 19. But thanks for tuning in and appreciate it. See ya.
Go to the Storm.
You.